All right, welcome to another edition of Mike Finds Things. We're going to go through a bunch of records. We have 078s. It's all 45s and LPs this week. I only went to one estate sale that I bought records at this time. Went to a couple other estate sales. Nothing was really good. One I went to go look at a car, but then they wanted like twice what they should be asking for it. But I did go to one that wasn't far from here. And I didn't really expect to find anything good, and then I found some good stuff. So we're going to go into that. In fact, I thought it was going to be all LPs, and the LPs I could make out in the pictures. It looked like it was going to be a bunch of easy listening and Perry Como and stuff like that. But I went there because it was maybe like 15 minutes from the house, a couple towns south of here. And let's go right into that. And there's also a lot of Elvis in there, but all LPs. We're going to go first into the 45s, which I was really happy I found some good 45s here. The first one I got, this is a 1958 Rockabilly surf record. In fact, these need to be cleaned. This is Jan and Arnie with Gas Money on Arwen Records. And unfortunately, the lady did write her name on there. I guess she used to own it. I talked to the lady, said it was her parents' house, but a lot of the records were hers. And then Bonnie Lou on the other side. This one goes from $1 to $25 on Discogs. Mid-range is 8. So Jan and Arnie with Gas Money. Which is kind of it's a local, looks like the Arwen was actually in Beverly Hills. So they were a Beverly Hills based label. So it's kind of local there. This one I've actually got another copy of. I think that's been on the channel. I think the other copy I have is in better shape. Danny Hutton with Monster Shindig on Hanna-Barbera Records. Yes, that Hanna-Barbera. And the B-side is Roses and Rainbows. And this one's sort of like a novelty rock song. Like it was from like a cartoon or something like that. But it goes for about $1.50 to $20. Mid-range is like 5 on Discogs. So that's the second one of those I've come across since I started the channel. So they are out there. This one I couldn't find any information on. And this one is Time by Chuck Carson. This is a country record from, I only can find it's from 1965. And it is autographed by Chuck himself right there. I think it says Good Luck, and then it's signed by Chuck Carson on there. This one's on Tara Records. And One Way Ticket is the other side on this one, and it's in really nice condition. Couldn't find a value on it, but it is autographed. But it's just one of those minor label country records. I'm guessing it might be, they're actually, the label's out of Hollywood, so it is a local record. Always kind of interesting to finally sign stuff, even if it's not by somebody who's known. This one I didn't write anything down. This is the Allegros Dance of Love Cha Cha Cha. I probably looked it up and I couldn't find anything on it or something. I don't remember now. Play banjo play on the other side. But on PAL, I like to take chances on some of these weird minor label records. And that label is out of Rancho Cucamonga, so another local label. Not in Hollywood, actually Rancho Cucamonga, so actually east of where I'm at right now. There's another one on Arwen. This one is a 1958 pop rock song. This one goes for between 3 and 15. Mid-range is $3. Wow E by the Pets. Most of these I just took chances on just because I didn't want to sit there and be looking stuff up. And then Beyond the Sea is the B-side on that one. Nothing that sets the world on fire there. There's a big one. There's a pretty big one coming up though from that place. This is a neat one. This is a 63 surf record. Sells between 3 and 25. Mid-range is like 7. Soul Surfer by Johnny Fortune. And the lady actually wrote her name on this one as well. This one's on Park Avenue Records. So, of course, we do find a lot of surf records. And the other side is Midnight Surf on the other side. So it's got a neat little label with like, it says Melody Lane, has a little dog on it. Kind of a cool label from back then. Distributed by United Artists though, so did have like a major label connection going on there. This is probably the biggest one I found in this grouping from this sale. This one's a 58 Rockabilly record. Now this one The range on Discogs, that's okay. First of all, there's 31 people say they have it on Discogs. 532 say they want it. That's usually a really good sign value-wise that many people are looking for it. It goes from 1667 to $213.33. Mid-range is 91. That's their Discogs prices. Sold comps. Rumble Rock by Kip Tyler on Ebb Records. And so Rockabilly Classic, and She's My Witch on the other side. And she actually wrote her name on that, the lady. She's not the witch, but she did write her name on the record. This one just needs a good cleaning. I think I just didn't get a chance to clean these yet. That one's in good shape. Looks like it'll play just fine. So that was a killer find from that sale. That was probably the best find from that sale. Another surf record. This one's from '63. This one has a have of 10 to a want of 27. It has sold for 8 to 9. Some guys are asking $30 for one. So a lot of times you have to look at all these numbers when you try to determine a value. On Ike Records, or IKE, because it's got periods behind the letters, Enchanted Surf by the Pageants. Lady wrote her name on that one too. So they're cool, like minor label surf record. Big Daddy on the other side on Ike Records. So I always like to find these cool, like obscure surf records whenever I can. Of course, like I always mention, I'm here in Southern California. You find a lot of surf stuff. Here's a Rockabilly from 1959. So we got more Rockabilly for you guys who like that stuff. And this one, have is 7 on Discogs and want is 13. So 13 people are looking for it. And I can't find a sold comp, but I've seen people asking between $60 and $80. I think if there was 3 for sale, and they were ranged between 60 and 80. From 59, it's Heartbeat by the Daywinds, another one on R1 Records out of Beverly Hills. Have a look at that. And then Rooster Reel is the other side. So this needs to be cleaned too. A lot of these just need to be cleaned. Of course, we got a lot of stuff going on right now, so it's been tough. This one, like I said, I took a chance on it. The have on this one's 4 to want people, 20 people looking for it, and people, I can't find a sold comp, but people are asking 50 to 100 for it. And it's a pop Latin jazz record. Ooh La La, Champ Butler, and the Charlie Ray Sextet on Stardust. Unfortunately, it's got a little mess up on the label there where it says Stardust. And Border Town is the other side on that one. So another minor label one. Probably something, it's just a Latin jazz record. So I tried to look up more on that one. And more Rockabilly. So all the Rockabilly guys will be happy. 1959. This one ranges between 5 and 20. Mid-range is 9. So nothing too crazy. Goldilocks by Don French on Lancer Records. And I've found other stuff on Lancer Records. I can't quite think of what it is off the top of my head, though. And Lonely Saturday Night on the other side. So sort of like a cool minor label Rockabilly tune from 1959. So going from that to so at this sale, there was one other guy. I was one of the first ones in the door. There's another guy who buys records. I run into sometimes. He buys a lot of stuff that I won't buy, like run-of-the-mill stuff. But I did get in there first, and I pretty much just grabbed. There was one box that was just Elvis, and I pretty much grabbed all the Elvis. So the only LPs I bought at this sale were Elvis. There was a lot of like easy listening stuff that I didn't want. And it got a little crowded in the record area, and I'd already pulled the 45s. So these are the LPs I picked up. I didn't price these because it's very hard since there's always a bazillion different pressings. But the first one was Elvis's Blue Hawaii, which does come up a lot. And these are all in good condition. So, and obviously people like Elvis, and it's not hard to figure out what these are worth when you kind of go through it. But I'm not going to go into the exact pressing and what that one sold for, because it'll take me hours just to figure that out. This one actually has a sticker from a thrift store at one point, but this one's just another Elvis record. This one's just called Elvis. This one's, so we can show you that one. So at one point they paid $1 for this at a thrift store, and both the jacket and the record are in good condition. And this is the one you find. This is the Elvis Presley. Unfortunately, it's got some tape here don't know if you'll probably see it when we flip it around. Just Elvis Presley record, and the record is coming out the bottom. But they got this one at a thrift store too for $1 at some point. But there's Elvis, and then just in case you need more Elvis, from Elvis in Memphis. There's a couple of these I put back because the records weren't that great, but most of these are all in good condition. And we got that one. Welcome to my world. You guessed it, Elvis. Some more Elvis. I'll show you that. We'll get through the Elvises pretty quick. Here's another one that has a thrift store buck sticker on it. This one's a double set. Elvis Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. And of course, when you pull the record out, when you pull the sleeve out, Elvis goes away in the picture there. So the Elvis Live from Hawaii via satellite album. Of course, big TV special. And that one's a double LP set. That was kind of like Elvis's comeback back then. Elvis's Christmas album, because you got to have Elvis at Christmas time. And this is one of the Pickwick Elvis records. So Elvis at Christmas, another Pickwick Elvis. Come on, everybody, Elvis. Some more Elvis. Elvis in person at the International Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be in Las Vegas, Nevada next month. There you go, and show you that. And Elvis, let's be friends. And I got that one. Like I said, I didn't try to price these. It's just there's too many different pressings of all these. It's like Beatles. It's very hard to figure it out. This one is Elvis Volume 2, A Legendary Performer. And that's the record that does that. So it's got the sleeve with the hole in it. This one, the jacket has a little fold in it or something. But so I got all those. They were fairly inexpensive, so that was kind of cool. We're going to go into another estate sale. There's another estate sale. I can't remember where it was. I just remember I only bought a couple 45s at this one, and it was a while ago. But first one I got, I already had a copy of this, but I picked it up because it was in it's in good condition. It's a 65 Northern Soul Classic, but it's fairly common. Sells between $289 to $20. Mid-range is $9. Edwin Starr, 00 Soul, Agent 00 Soul. And the B-side is just the instrumental of Agent 00 Soul on Rick Tick. So always nice to find Edwin Starr. Of course, Edwin Starr has always been big on the Northern Soul scene. In fact, I know I used to see ads like I used to get Scootering magazine from the UK. And he used to play like scooter rallies, Northern Soul stuff over in England. I think even up to about like 20 years ago. Here's one, the band, the Beatles, Hey Jude on Apple on a single with Revolution on the B-side. And it's a nice condition. I didn't price it. It's from '68. It's probably like a $5 record. It's nothing like spectacular. They made a bazillion different variations of this. Great for jukebox, though, I think. Here's one that's real interesting. This came from that sale, the one where I only got the 3 records at. This one's a 1969 Lowrider Soul Classic. Sells between $7 to $46. Mid-range is $31. I wish it was in better condition. And it does have writing on it. It is Somebody Pleased by the Vanguards on Whiz Records out of Hollywood, California. You can look this one up. It's got a little chip there. I mean, it's not in that great a shape. And I Can't Use You Girls the other side. I really wish this one was in better condition. In fact, I remember I was checking out. The guy saw the Beatles and was like, "Oh, Beatles," and I'm like, "Yeah, I wish this one was in that condition because then I'd definitely have something there." But I don't know. Still nice to find. Does play okay, but it's definitely not in as good a condition as some of the other ones, unfortunately. And I'm going to go to a sale that I remember this sale because I was on my way back from other sales, and there was a sale in Pasadena here on my way home. It didn't say they had records, but I thought I'd take a chance because it was like 5 minutes from my house. So I did go there, and I found a few records here. We're going to go into those right now. This is probably about a month ago. First one, this is a 3 LP set. It's more of like interviews. I I did one sold on Discogs for 12. That's the only comp I could find. I think it's more of a collectible for people who collect atomic stuff, but let's talk about the Atom. Like I said, it's a 3-record set with interviews. Unfortunately, the jacket's not that great, but I imagine people didn't really hang on to these as that much. There's a gatefold with nothing printed on the inside. Real mysterious government type stuff, I suppose. But it's kind of got that cool, atomic era looking drawing on the cover. But like I said, I think this is more of a collectible for someone that collects atomic stuff than, say, a record collector, since it's not music. Let's talk about the Atom, put on by the United States Atomic Energy Commission. So that's definitely what all the kids are rocking out to these days. This one came from the same sale, 1969, sells June 3 to 13. This pressing, this was actually issued earlier in the 60s, I believe on VJ. Mid is $4.50 for this pressing. Very best of Jimmy Reed. And unfortunately, it's stamped DJ copy. It doesn't say promotional on the label. And they did put arrows telling them which songs they liked best. So they liked Baby What You Want Me to Do, Hush, Big Boss Man, Take Out Some Insurance, and Ain't That Lovin' Baby. That was the ones that they drew arrows to. But the very best of Jimmy Reed. Unfortunately, it looks like they had like something here probably for when it was, it might have been in a library, or it was just in a record library or radio station or something like that, which would be a good clue, because I found a couple of these. Let's go into. I found a couple of promotional discs, like with PSAs. Voices of Vista. I guess it was done by the Office of Economic Opportunity, and it's got 60-cent spots done by Johnny Mathis, Leonard Nimoy, Rodney Dangerfield. So I got no respect at all. It ain't easy being me. So if you don't know, I do a Rodney Dangerfield. I actually have the suit and everything. And so it has. I guess they did another one of these that was like a full radio show with Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner, and that's like a big collectible among the Star Trek community. I don't know if this one is. I couldn't find any comps on this one with the 60-second spots, but Voices of Vista. So I think they might have worked at a radio station. This one wasn't in as good a condition, but it'll probably clean. And when I looked it up, it actually originally had a jacket that's missing. This one is Try to Remember. It's a Christmas spots from the U.S. Postal Service from 1970. So, and it's got Frank Gorshin, who else is really well known, Peter Graves, Glenn Campbell, Leif Erikson, Mike Connors, Jack Webb. Jack Webb does one of the spots. So I need to clean that up to see if it plays. That stuff's fun. I don't know if it's necessarily worth anything. It would probably need to have the jacket. I did find it listed on Discogs, but with the jacket, but nobody actually had one for sale, and there were no sold comps. The other one I got there that's not worth anything, but I'll show it to you because I got it anyway. Frank Gorshin with Free on King. So Frank Gorshin, of course, from Batman TV series, and Turn Around, Look at Me on the other side. And this is like a $2 record or something like that. All right, so we're going to go into the another estate sale right now. All right, well, this estate sale was actually, I went to the Long Beach Auto Swap Meet to film that, which I do for my other channel, which is my name, Mike Frankovich. There'll be a link in the description. If you like car videos, check that channel out. I got done filming the car swap meet, and it said there was a estate sale, I think only about 15 minutes from there. So I went to that one. It was the last day of the sale, so everything was half off. So I decided just to go see if there was anything interesting left. And these are the records I got there for half off. I can't remember what they were charging, but first one, only $45 I got this sale, was just sells between 3 to 12, mid-range is 6. Bronski Beat, Small Town Boy, 7-inch. Probably know the song, like a new wave classic from the 80s. I grabbed it because it was in such good condition, including the picture sleeve. I like some of that 80s stuff. Next one I got was Leon Russell 3 LP set. This one sells between 2 and 25. It's Leon Live. It was in good condition. I thought, okay, I'll take a chance on it. It's got the full gatefold. This one actually does have stuff in it, unlike the United States Atomic Commission record that we saw earlier. But 2 to 25 on that one. This one, okay, I didn't find a value on it. I think probably, I'm guessing it had a lot of different versions. This one's from 1970. Canned Heat live at Topanga Corral. I think because there was so many different variations of it, I didn't bother trying. But these are all the records. I remember this one. All the records I pulled at this sale were like real minty looking. No, not scratched or anything. This one's a Capricorn record sampler. Peaches Pick of the Crop Volume 2. So I grabbed this one. This one sells between 2 and 28. Mid is 18 on this one. So a little bit more of a sampler. So we got that. I think I got a pretty good price on these just because it was... This one I really wanted for myself because I wanted to buy one of these when I was younger and I couldn't find it. I remember when it was... This one's from 87. Wall of Voodoo. This one's 4 to 29. Mid-range is 11. So for all the Stan Ridgway fans, there's Wall of Voodoo. This is not the one with the Mexican radio on it. I think this has Ring of Fire. This has their version of Ring of Fire on it though, but not. This isn't the one with Mexican radio. I think that was like the earlier album. And then they went through all these different lineup changes and stuff like that. I think that there was like all this like I don't know. I've watched stuff about them before, and I think by that album it wasn't the same lineup other than like Stan Ridgway or something. I don't know. You could look it up. I'm not going to get into that. Don't hold that as like purely factual. From 1970, All Day Thumbsucker. It's kind of a sampler. This one's got like Ike and Tina, a lot of different stuff. This one, I couldn't find a value on it. I think on this, I think maybe it was a different thing. I got it because it looked interesting, I think. It's from 1970. From 64... Sells between 5 and 21. Mid is 10. This is more one I took a little. Newport Folk Festival 1963 Evening Concerts Volume 1. Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Rooftop Singer, stuff like that. Obviously, folk stuff, you're kind of taking a chance because there's a lot of folk stuff out there, and I think the folk stuff's kind of like not as popular as it used to be, but still, I thought I'd take a chance on that one. Hot Tuna from 1970, recorded live at the New Orleans House, Berkeley. I don't remember if I couldn't find a value or if it was because it was different pressings, but did get that there. Another one of these compilations. I grab the oldies compilations sometimes. Super Oldies Volume 6 on Capitol. And it's got like Sam Cooke, Johnny Otis, Gene Vincent, Chuck Berry, Gene Chandler. There's a whole list. Bobby Freeman. Probably stuff I'll have on 45 already, but still kind of. I like to grab the samplers. I couldn't find a value on it. Usually these comps go for like $5 and $10. They're not nothing spectacular. This is another one. I think there was too many different variations to really figure this one out. James Gang live in concert. And I got that one. It's another one. I'm pretty sure there was like too many different variations to figure out a value on that one. But James Gang live. This was a German pressing from 81. And I think I couldn't pin down a value on this one either. Kim Wilde album. This is the one with Kids in America on it. It's on Rack Records. So that one is a German pressing. This one's from 72, sells between 3 and 11. Big Surf Festival, like Joan Baez, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chris Christopherson, Taj Mahal, Mickey Newbury. So nothing that sets the world on fire value-wise. We're from 72, and it's minty, so I just thought, okay, I'll take a shot at it. And just in case you were waiting for something from the 50s again, we're right back to the 1950s. Twain Twain. No, Train Whistle Blues and the legendary Jimmy Rogers from '58. So it goes from $1 to $125. I don't know who paid $125 for this record, but the mid range is 10. So I'm guessing that one was signed or something. There's always something different. Whenever you see one it's like the high range is like way high, it's there's probably another reason for it. That's why I don't like to really hold that stuff. But Jimmy Rogers, Train Whistle Blues, grab that one. Here's one. It says it was the records from '84. The music obviously is not. Goes from between 3 to 9. Mid range is 4. Earl Bostic, Sax O Boogie. So it's got like all these old. These are all recorded from 1948 to 1951. And these were of course originally on 78s. I do find Earl Bostic 78s, but I just figured I'd grab that. I think this was like $1 or something, so I grabbed it. And I like the radio station stuff. They actually have I have a KRLA version of this as well, but this is the KGB, which was the top 40 station in San Diego. So this is like the San Diego version of one of the KRLA albums on take 6, with the compressed groove. This one's supposed to be 9 and 11, and it's in nice condition, jacket wise and record wise. And it's essentially the same cartoon as the KRLA one, but it says KGB instead of KRLA. It has nothing to do with the KGB, the Cold War KGB. This is more. That was actual radio station in San Diego. I think the FM's still a KGB, and they play classic rock now. At least they did up until about 10, 15 years ago in San Diego. So that's what I got for this week's video. I don't have anything else in my pile of stuff from estate sales right now. Hopefully I'll find some stuff this weekend to put in another video. If not, I'll have to find something else from my collection to talk about, and it might be a good thing though. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave comments about the records. I'm always out looking for stuff. That's why I'm finding stuff. In fact, people have been leaving comments saying that they're finding stuff because I kind of inspired them to go out and find stuff. So really, you got to just look. So sometimes you can go out, you can find good deals. I'm always looking for records. I'm always looking for old cars and just anything cool I can find. That's kind of the key. But all right, that's what I have for you this week. Check out my other channel, Mike Frankovich, for classic car stuff. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.